he has a llama named Victor Wembanyama. Keldon Johnson, we'll find out tonight if he's taking home some hardware. He's one of 3 finalists for the Sixth Man of the Year award here. As we stick in the West, the Suns taking on the top-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder here in Game 2. The Suns, of course, are 15.5-point underdogs to the defending champs, which tells you how tall of a task Kendrick Perkins they are facing. So if Phoenix is going to make this even a competitive game, let alone a series tonight, what is it going to come down to?
Well, you know, in all these series, all we keep talking about is the X factor. Well, in this series for the Phoenix Suns, let's talk about who's going to be the factor, who's going to be the guy that's going to lead them, and it got to be Devin Booker. Like, I'm waiting on him to have that moment. He didn't have it really in the play-in tournament. I felt like Jalen Green was that guy for us scoring-wise. When you're going against the champs, and I know this is one of the greatest defensive teams that we've ever seen in NBA history, you still need Devin Booker to rise to the occasion. We're talking about one of the most efficient, elite scorers that this game has ever seen on the big stage. I need to know if he's ready to dance.
What? Respect, Perk, you know I love you. I love you. You're my big bro. But did you see what they were doing to Devin Booker? He still had 23 points. They were double-teaming that man.
Good enough. 23 ain't good enough, Sinead. You got to find a way. We got to realize, listen, I didn't watch Kobe Bryant get doubled. I didn't watch Paul Pierce get doubled, and I still seen them come out with 40 pieces. You still got to find a way. Yes, your coach got to help you. I understand.
Your teammates got to help you, too.
No. I know that, Sinead, but you telling me if Devin Booker continue to average 23, they're going to have a good shot at winning the game in this series?
You do need more points, yes. But still, when I was watching Devin Booker play, I was also seeing that defense that you said is historical double-teaming him. And he needs people to take the pressure off of him when he releases the ball. He's already scoring in those pockets of transition. He's scoring in broken plays. But when you're double-teamed, it's very difficult. This is a defense that forced 17 turnovers against the Phoenix Suns. Do you know how many points they scored off of that? 34, whereas they took care of the ball. They themselves, the Oklahoma City Thunder, only committed 6 turnovers. And so
for how many points?
For 2. For 2. So, like, I understand that we want a Devin Booker moment. Trust me, I love that. He's one of my favorite players. But by design in the playoffs, they're going to attack that man until someone else beats them. Someone not named Devin Booker. It's got to be Jalen Green showing up in big moments. We've seen in the play-in, he's exploded. He's had some big games. If he is able to drop 30 or so, that takes pressure off so the defense can move and adjust. But right now, they're just circling around him. Yeah, I know. Yes.
You know what my grandpa used to tell me, God rest his soul, right? When 2 people disagree, the next word is bet.
Oh, we go. Oh.
All right. Well, then that perfectly brings us to our betting segment.
They're going to bet a llama. Texans are going to bet a llama.
By DraftKings Sportsbook. All right. Let's roll through a couple of these here, starting with you, Shanae.
And for all of these reasons, I am betting that Jalen Green scores at least 18 points. You need about 25 or 27 from him to take the pressure off of Devin Booker. And speaking of Jalen's, let's go to J-Dub. He will get at least 5 rebounds in my eyes because he's playing aggressive and he's also leading the break when SGA doesn't have the ball. And speaking of SGA, he's due. He's due. He had 25, I think, in game 1. He likes to get to that 30 line, so I like SGA, the front runner for MVP, to be productive. Perk, Kendrick.
Perk, Kendrick. I'll add that all up, plus 390 on DraftKings Sportsbook. All customers can get a profit boost every day of the playoffs. Download the app, use the promo code After leading Arkansas to its first SEC tournament title since 2000, Darius Acuff Jr., he went on to score 88 points in 3 NCAA tournament games. By the way, that's the most by any freshman in their first 3 games in tournament history. Acuff, he also passed a Hall of Famer, Bob Pettit, in the process for the most points by any SEC player in their first 3 career NCAA tournament games, which is pretty impressive. And with that, we welcome in the SEC Player of the Year, the Bob Cousy Award winner, Darius Acuff Jr. Darius, welcome to NBA Today.
Thank you for having me.
We are very, very excited to chat, especially because I know the draft is coming up very quickly, and you're here with some really special news to share.
Yeah, first I want to just thank God. I want to thank my family, of course. Without them, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank all the coaches that I've dealt with in my life, all the teammates, and With that being said, I'm going to be declaring for the 2026 NBA draft.
Declaring for the draft. Congratulations. I know your friends, your family are here as well. That is huge. That is huge. Congratulations. And this comes after you had a really historic season at Arkansas, right? You became the first player to lead the SEC in points and assists since Pete Maravich. When you look at your game, what are you most proud of in terms of the body of work you put together?
Just winning with my teammates, I say. The main thing I always want to do is build a relationship with new guys. Coach Cal helped a lot with that. He had a lot of success with point guards, so I learned a lot from him for sure. Speaking
of Coach Cal, he has a long history of coaching NBA guards. Derrick Rose, John Wall, who you built a relationship with, SGA, and our very own Kendrick Perkins. He said that out of that entire list, you to him are the most impressive. How does that compliment sit with you? I see you have your game face on, but that has to mean something.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a great feeling. Perk, my guy, he's a great guy. He's funny.
Yes,
he's real funny, but I mess with Perk a lot. That's my guy, and just to hear that coming from him, he's an NBA legend himself, so. Just to hear that coming from him, it's a great feeling for sure.
Now, gosh, I'm going to have to call him an NBA legend every time on the show now. All right, Perk, I get it. But your preparation, it began long before Arkansas, right? Your dad, he played for Eastern Kentucky in the 1990s. What did he teach you? What was it like when you were growing up with him?
It was mainly basketball, but he definitely taught me how to be a man, how to handle myself. He always told me just be yourself. Don't ever change for nobody. And, I always live that way. And, if you look at me and you look at him, you would think we're the same person. So everything I learned is from him for sure.
Oh, I see you looking over my shoulder because Pops is here, proudly smiling as you're talking about him. So be careful how you answer this next question. When was the first time you beat him one-on-one?
That took a while. I ain't even gonna sit up here in front. That took a while. Probably like COVID. We was in the park. I think I beat him once.
And what was the excitement level when you did that?
Nah, I was lit for sure. He was more happy than me though. I don't really think like he beat me for like a couple years straight. I ain't gonna lie. I was mad about it, but once I got him, I was good.
Yeah, once you got him, and then you never looked back from there. Yeah. We are talking a lot on this show right now, of course, about the NBA playoffs. It's the best time of year, and you were saying that this is really when you lock into NBA basketball. Yeah. Do you envision yourself how you can make an impact on playoff teams when you're watching this level of hooping?
Yeah, most definitely. I see myself there next year for sure. That's one of my goals. Just watching the NBA, even in person, seeing the Lakers game, that was definitely a great feeling. It was a different feeling. It's a way faster paced. Teams are playing way harder because they're playing for a championship. So I definitely see myself there for sure.
And that's the type of confidence that you want to enter the NBA with. And, I think for fans who are watching the show, they became familiar with you if they weren't already during your NCAA tournament run. But just in case anybody needed a reminder, we do a little segment here. It's called The Top of the Top. So I thought we would take a little hike over here to our big board. And we have a couple of highlights here that I'm hoping that we can walk through together, because I'm hoping we can start here with top handles. We saw this on full display. We're going to pick this up, if we could. Director Matt, please. Oh, this one is against LSU. Crossing up the big man. What'd you see on that read?
The defense was kind of focused on me. I needed a bucket, so anything I had to do to go get one, he cut me off, so I had to make another move.
And here, this is on Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Nice little step through.
Yeah.
Euro.
Hey, I'll work on that for sure.
Well, the proof is here.
Yeah.
Top dimes, because you have vision here. This is again against Texas.
That's my favorite one.
Why is that?
Because he finished it like that. That was crazy, but the look off was great too, though.
Right.
But the dunk was more impressive.
Did you let him know, like, hey, when I pass off like this, you gotta
Yeah,
finish
he
this.
know though. That's TB. He willing to do anything.
And then this one against Oklahoma.
Yeah, it was just a wraparound pass. I had to read it, so just read the defender. That was the best pass for sure.
Nice read there. Shooter shoot. Woo! What a find.
Yeah, that's my boy.
DJ had to hit that one.
Yeah.
All right, and then it's only right we end with top finishes, right? This is a tough one. Do you remember this?
Yeah,
Walk us
the
through
cross and one. Yeah, it was, the defender was kind of in a drop, so he was kind of rotating both ways, so I had to split him, and, I knew his body could, block it, so I just got into his body, got the and one.
I see things like this. You got to hear the Kyrie comes, and people go, oh, I see the smile on the jam.
Yeah. They don't talk about that enough, but nah, that was crazy. I ain't even expect myself to do that.
See, it's always the best though when you can kind of surprise yourself a little bit on things like that. Hey, before we let you go, something else that was really impressive to me was hearing Allen Iverson talk about you and the comparisons that he felt that you two, the similarities you had. What did that mean to you to hear that from an NBA legend?
It meant everything. When I first watched his highlights, I told my dad this might be my new favorite player.
Really?
Yeah, of course, because I wasn't old enough to ever go watch him play, so I never seen it. But YouTube was enough for me. I'm gonna be honest. We got a lot of similarities. He one of the reasons I got cornrows, so he inspired me a lot. His game, he always told me just play every game like it's your last, and I take pride in that for sure. And I love watching AI, man.
I cannot wait to see you take that type of mentality plus those highlights to the next level. Darius, thank you so much. Best of luck, and we're going to see you at the draft in June.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
This Saturday, though, on ABC, we have Game 4. Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets battling Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves. It might be my favorite first-round series so far.
I might agree, sis.
Might agree. Kenny, Jack, Ernie, Chuck. They're going to tip off coverage 8 o'clock Eastern, and they'll be back afterwards to break it all down on